So people do this.
Yeah.
Like, what's the goal?
One of the purposes of RJI, we do have a purpose statement, and part of that says the purpose is to heal pervasive racial injustice through transformation of individual, congregation, and community. Pretty tall order.
That's a big goal.
Yeah, it's a big goal, but a good goal.
Yes.
So, by kind of willing to start with yourself, at some point realizing that this is just this point in time, and to make a statement, whether you just do it in writing, whether you participate in the writing roundtable, or whether you take all three steps, is important, because I think, we learn from each other's stories. We hear each other's stories. It brings us closer together. And I think that does enable us to be more open and committed to working together to transform ourselves, which in turn helps the community and our congregation.
That's a long range goal, is that kind of reconciliation with people of color, and that's tied to the goal of this, I believe, which is really just to get curious about your own perspective on these things, and to maybe examine blind spots and times of individual learning, to just think more deeply, so that you are able to see others more clearly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. And one of the things that, and I'm very guilty of this, is we really name the project This I Believe, Racial Justice is Personal. And we often just shorten it to This I Believe. But that second part, Racial Justice is Personal, is a pretty important piece of that, because it is. I do believe change is personal. And for me, it's a choice I make every day.
And there's just an intentionality that is built up over experiences, that this kind of journey can really help you build those muscles.
And whether you look at it as a journey or a path, I mean, it just kind of, it can keep you on, it can start you on that path, and hopefully keep you on that path. Doesn't mean there aren't going to be detours. Absolutely, there's going to be a lot of detours, but it's a way to start. If you're not sure where to start, it's a way to start.
So there's a little community within a community of people who have gone through this experience, and we're hoping to expand that community within a community, right?
We are hoping that, especially as we come back together as a church over time and through 2022, that more people will step up and do this, and hopefully that through the variety of supports that we have, whether it's helping you get started with writing, whether it's the writing roundtable, or some help in whatever fashion is helpful for you to do the recording, and also knowing that it doesn't have to end in a recording. You can take the path or the journey as far as you'd like to. That more people will be interested in doing that.
And it is an accepting community. It is a non-judgmental community.
Right. I think I don't know what your experience was, but I know that that vulnerability about the day that your video is released, you just kind of take a deep breath and just not sure how it's going to be received. But I was rewarded with that vulnerability and taking that step by some really touching emails that I got. I mean, I think the reality is our stories have a common thread, and you never know how your experience is going to touch someone else or how they're going to relate to it. You just don't know that. You will get reinforcement. You will get affirmation
Yes.
from doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wherever you are on the path.
Right, wherever you are.